What is going on, guys? So we got some information that they're supposed to expand Robo Taxi in Austin, Texas. If you don't know what Robo Taxi is, it's Tesla's basically taxi service, autonomous taxi service where there's no driver in the car. Currently they do have safety riders that are sitting in the passenger seat, but this is a pretty big deal. They've launched this, I believe it's been a couple weeks now. They launched it a couple weeks ago in like kind of just a small area in Austin, Texas, and they're going to expand this weekend according to Elon Musk. So that's a pretty big deal because that's one of the big catalysts to the stock price potentially going up in the short term. And it's not about like the short term, stock price as much as it is if we get enough of these things in a row, this is going to be like the catalyst to cause Tesla stock to go parabolic, meaning that it's going to go from like the existing $300 a share to $400, $450, $500 a share, like pretty immediately. And the reasoning for that is because Robotaxi is a big reason why Tesla's at the stock price that it's currently at. So since Tesla's sitting at the stock price that they're currently sitting at and kind of over evaluated, a lot of that evaluation is coming from things like Robotaxi, the Optimus robot, and it's all about optimism. So it's basically the excitement and the potential future of Tesla that people have the the reason why the stock is up as high as it is. Because if you just base it off of financials alone, then Tesla shouldn't be the price that it currently is. But that's the same for any company that is ever in a mass growth phase or in a very disruptive phase of business. So when they're doing a bunch of disruptive things, and especially when I don't want to say Tesla's a smaller company, but their primary business is manufacturing, right? And now they're like their battery side of their business is built up, and battery storage and that type of thing. Tesla superchargers, so they're making quite a bit of money off of those things as well. But these companies that are go vertically integrated have the ability to drive higher multiples, especially when the future potential is very high. So yeah, this is a pretty big deal. If there's like a few more things that happen besides this expansion this weekend, even the expansion this weekend could be a big catalyst, just because people don't predict that it's going to happen this quickly, and people have really just been wondering and kind of debating when this is going to happen. So yeah, again, it's going to be a big catalyst, and if we get a couple more of these things in a row, then that might be the explosion period that we really need to see. So what does some of those catalysts look like? It could be removing the safety driver. If they remove the safety driver, that'll be a big one, okay? But they could also just kind of flex with the ability to scale, meaning they could increase the number of vehicles. They can, again, they're increasing the geofence area. We don't know by how much. Maybe they need to increase the geofence area by a third time, and maybe go like very broad Austin, so that way it just shows that like our map in Austin is bigger than Waymo. We can actually cover more than what Waymo can cover. So like, because like people would keep putting Tesla and Waymo against each other, even though there's really not competition there, because Tesla's going to be able to scale so much quicker. But the bears, aka the people that don't believe in Tesla, that's the big thing that they that's the big thing that they do, is they compare, Tesla to Waymo, and says, oh, Waymo's been doing this for years, blah, blah, blah things. So if Tesla starts to come in and smack Waymo in certain characteristics, meaning like having a bigger geofence than Austin, and then if they can go into another city pretty quickly and start launching in that city and scale up to where Waymo's at in that city, and past where Waymo's at, that'll be a big deal. Like, it'll be kind of inevitable. And just the ability to go from city to city quickly, that'll be a big one, because it's taken Waymo like such a long time The other one they could do is just the expansion of vehicles. So if they expand the number of vehicles in Austin to match what Waymo has. But I think, some of these things, even according to Elon, he said that's going to be roughly 2 to 3 months away before they start taking safety drivers out of the car. That doesn't necessarily mean before they start taking out safety drivers. They could take out safety drivers quicker, actually. However, they might go to a one-to-one teleoperator, aka remote driver or remote support person. They might go to a remote support person on a 1-to-1 ratio. So within the 2 to 3 months, they'll go to start reducing that number, a 2-to-1, 3-to-1, and eventually it's going to get to a point where it's an alert-based system. So basically, everybody that's employed in robotaxi, teleoperations, is going to be basically sitting at their computer and kind of waiting for a chime to chime in. And then as soon as it chimes in, the screens are going to pull up on their computer, and they're going to be able to have mic access to the rider and stuff like that, and be able to determine what the issue is. Does the car just need a little bit more confidence, and you need to give it a little bit of gas to go forward? That's something you have to do in FSD right now. That it's one of the things that I would say is an issue, but it's not a major issue. It's just sometimes the vehicle will pause and not continue forward, and you just have to give a little bit of confidence by touching on the gas, especially if you're being impatient. Then you might have to do that more frequently. But those are the things that the teleoperators will log in and do. And again, it depends on, they're gonna have to see exactly how many queues keep popping up in their for a teleoperator to take over, right? With 25 vehicles, you might only need one person to operate all those right now. So, yeah, I don't think it's very far-fetched for them to be able to scale quickly. I think the only reason why they won't scale more quickly is they just want more eyeballs on it. So even right now, say for instance, if they went to teleoperate, it might make sense that even if they have the ability to scale to multiple vehicles, they might have one person monitoring 2 vehicles where both of their vehicle feeds are up. This is vehicle 1, this is vehicle 2, just so they can just try to catch anything that potentially would happen while the robotaxi is driving. So yeah, this is a pretty big catalyst. If we see a few other things kind of fall in alignment with this and start to see some expansion, this is kind of that time period where Tesla can go to the moon and go up 30, 40, 50% in just a few months, and then never come back down again. So yeah, excited for it. If you like content like this, subscribe. I post a bunch of content that's Tesla related and business and entrepreneurial related, properties related. Catch you on the next one. Peace.